Welcome back. It's time to say hello to the Holden Cruise Mark Road Tour. We've got to check out a number 3 ranked team in Class A. Good evening, Holden.
Well, what's up, guys? The Blooming Prairie Awesome Blossoms lost in last year's state semifinals at US Bank Stadium. They'd like to get another chance at the state tournament this year and are poised to do so, starting the season 2-0, outscoring their opponents a whopping 95-0. Hayfield was their newest opponent tonight, and the Vikings were trying to be the first team to break into the end zone against BP. And this is how it would go. First Hayfield possession, Brady Nelson drops back to pass, and Zach Weber comes up with the interception, which would lead to this on the very next play. Caden Thomas drops back, and he has his eyes set on the deep ball. Look who he finds, a wide open Carson Vigelin, who strolls into the end zone, the first of many connections between Thomas and Vigelin. Next BP possession, here comes Thomas, and there goes Vigelin into the end zone for another score. Awesome Blossoms up by 2 scores, and they weren't done there. This one is a quick one. Thomas spreads the wealth a little bit here. He finds Weber for 6. Then how about it? The connection was good all quarter. Thomas says, let's keep it going. Vigelin stretches across the goal line for another score as the Awesome Blossoms wreck their way for half 100. Look at that, Hayfield, but look at that, Hayfield puts up 12 points in the first team this season to score on Blooming Prairie. With performances like these, BP should keep moving on up in the rankings. Now out to Casa, where Ed Schmidt's Austin Packers are sitting pretty at 2-0 as they come in to face the Comets, who are coming off a big win over John Marshall. Could they knock off another Big 9 foe? The early answer looked like a yes. Jackson Kennedy comes up with the interception, but the Comets wouldn't be able to score until their next possession. QB Peyton Wilkie working the option to perfection, just sneaking the ball in for 6. But watch this ensuing kickoff. Reigning athlete of the week, Andy Chesick, fumbles the kick, but look at the awareness to stay with it. Chesick finds a seam and explodes through it. He'd set the Packers up in prime position with this big run. Now here's Eli Johnson. He connects with Colin Dahlback, who finds some room in the middle of the field. And Austin is finally on the board in this one, but their comeback hopes will be dashed by number 14. Wilkie keeps and dashes into the end zone once again. The Comets come away with another huge win, 36-13. Taking away any hopes Austin had at a perfect season, but the road doesn't get any easier now for KM. They have to take a trip out to Century for next week's game. But hey, Pat, how's Hamer Field looking?
Oh, it's looking pretty good. There it is, brand new Jim Gustafson Field in Albert Lea. Looks great, hosting the first football game in the new digs. The Tigers hosting the 2-0 Mayo Spartans. There they are. Early second half, Spartans add to their lead. It's Asa Cummings, and Asa sees a whole lot of green, Mark, and a whole lot of glory going in for the touchdown, and that put Mayo on top, 42-6. Albert Lea answered on just a beautiful run by Javaris Muka Owens. Breaks a couple of tackles, bounces to the outside, and the speed will take over, and he's gone, going for the touchdown. Great run by the senior, but too little, too late for Albert Lea. Mayo kept the pedal to the metal. Here's Noah Smith taking the handoff, making some great moves on his way into the end zone. Spartans got some speed and quickness out of that backfield this year. They're on their way home with a 49-20 win over the Tigers. Beautiful field, though. 45-13, Southland ranked 10th in the state in 9-man. They stay undefeated on the year. Spring Grove bounces back from their loss to Leroy Ostrander, 42-22. Houston, 44-14 over the Lanesboro Burros. Mountain Lake 43-0 over Kingsland, and ACGE on the road gets shut out to USC 33-0.
Next, Lourdes dropped out of the rankings this week. They were taking on Lake City, who was going for their second win of the year. First drive for Lake City, they got the train rolling. QB Justin Wohlers finds running back Ben Nutt, who rumbles and tumbles for a huge gain. Later in the drive, the Tigers find Paydirt. Big Reed Gassner takes it in for the TD. Lake City up a touchdown. Later, Lake City imposing their will on defense. Derek Meinke with the big hit for the Tigers as they were making a statement. Next drive, they find the end zone again. Wohlers to Gassner on the fade, his second TD of the game, but Lourdes would answer down 2 scores. It's Destin Henson finding the hole to the end zone. Touchdown Eagles, but Lake City showed up to play tonight. Again on the pass, Wohlers finds Nutt, who's going to take this one to the house as Lake City was rolling. Lake City beats Lourdes 27-14. How about that for Trevor Narum's squad? Elsewhere, Waseca, second ranked in the state, loses to Fairmont by 6 points, 20-14. Now to college football. We'll start first in the NSIC. The Warriors of Winona State are on the road at Sioux Falls tomorrow. While the Warriors are coming off a 37-20 win over Wayne State, the Cougars are coming off a surprising 41-17 blowout loss against Concordia St. Paul. WSU quarterback Owen Burke passed for a conference-high 313 yards and 3 TDs last week and looks to lead the Warriors to a 2-0 start. In junior college football, Derek Hentz's RCTC Yellow Jackets look to pick up their third win of 2019 tomorrow when they take on Vermilion. Last week, the Jackets defeated two-time defending MCAC champs Northland to pick up their second straight win. Kickoff up in the Northwoods is at 1:30. Vermilion is 0-2 so far this season.
Back to John Drews Field for the Super Smash. Century has some players up front like big old number 70, Jack Jensen, breaking through the line for the sack for a huge loss. Now, Jack is listed as a wide receiver on the MSHSL website. If Jack is a wide receiver, I'm a GQ model. Thanks to Jack Jensen for providing us with tonight's Super Smash. Nice play by the senior. In fact, on the website, we'll look at it one more time. That's all right. Everybody's a wide receiver.
Oh, really? Well, you got a nice suit on. I mean, you got me fooled. Yeah. GQ, here he comes. Maxim next.
Man. Hey, we're going to wrap up the show. We got our play of the week. You're going to like it. It's up next.